Damn, Angel. Damn. Jag the game at the free throw line, man. It's a lot of controversy going on in Chicago. The Sky fans are blaming Tyler Marsh for Angel Reese losing the game at the free throw line and ruining the Chicago Sky's chances of really cutting the lead down to 1 and giving themselves a chance to keep playing and try to get an upset in Phoenix. Angel played a hell of a game, 15 points, 20 rebounds. We cannot poo-poo that.
A basketball game was recently transformed into a blooper reel by Angel Reese. And now, more quickly than kids with cookie crumbs on their faces, Sky fans are pointing fingers. They're roasting the coach. The list of justifications keeps growing. All of a sudden, everyone is acting as though the WNBA has a larger audience than the Super Bowl in order to fight for Caitlin Clark's attention. Be prepared for more drama than reality TV in this collapse. Indeed, the fictitious scores are more amusing than the real ones.
Angel Reese is at the bottom of the pick and roll shot attempts list, and it kind of makes sense if you really watch. So on her first game back from injury, somebody interviewed her and asked her, what do you think about Uzan joining the team? Has that changed things? And she said, hopefully I'll get more pick and roll touches. Unfortunately, that just hasn't happened. And it's more so, in my opinion, that she's just not getting that play called for her. It's not something that the team is running. Pick and rolls for Angel is not happening. So there is a list. My guy Trendy put it out. I know a lot of people, Trendy is controversial, but Trendy does, you look at his stats, when he posts stats, they'll be right. And so he put out a list of the top pick and roll shot attempts for front court players, and Angel wasn't even anywhere.
The crowd was humming, the basketball was in Angel Reese's hands, and then the game was over. What transpired wasn't a pivotal moment, a highlight reel performance, or even a respectable attempt to turn things around. It was the sort of collapse that causes you to question if you were seeing a professional game or a comedy performance and double-check the box score.
Choke the game away at the free throw line, and the fans are blaming Tyler Marsh. We got all the Sky fans crashing out. They crashing out blaming the coach because Angel Reese missed a free throw at the end of a game. Let's take a look at what's going on. We have Chicago Sky fans blaming Tyler Marsh.
Even spectators who purchased courtside seats begin searching for the emergency escape because they are unable to bear to watch the catastrophe play out. This was more than a botched possession or a missed shot. In real time, it was unraveling. The basketball equivalent of losing your keys, leaving the oven on, and discovering your dog ate your homework all at once. As Sky fans' so-called star transformed the limelight into a blackout, you could almost hear their collective scream.
Angel Reese has made her triumphant return from a back injury. That's right, a back injury. Yeah, absolutely, that she had suffered at some point that we don't exactly know at what point she suffered said back injury. Well, it didn't take long for the Chicago Sky as an organization to get back to what it is they do best, which is the diabolical celebration of Angel Reese's double-doubles in lawsuits.
Then, as was to be expected, the fun started. Because supporters don't just sit there and accept reality when a player loses it like that. Oh no. They begin a thorough inquiry that includes finger-pointing, conspiracy theories, and more justifications than Angel could possibly have. Naturally, the coach is the first target because, God forbid, a star player performs poorly.
Angel only leading Natasha is wild. So let's look at the list. And I know some people might say, well, Angel was injured for a good portion of the season. So was some people on this list. Who was injured? Fee missed 3 weeks, almost a month time. Miller was gone playing in Eurobasket. Shakira missed a lot of time. Dominique does not play that much. I mean, she's playing more now, but during the beginning of the season, who else is on this list that missed some time? E. Will was on this list. That is shocking. So we get pick and rolls for E. Will, and we get pick and rolls for Camilla, but Angel is, again, second to worst.
No, the rotations must be the cause. The play must be beckoning. The coach's failure to fully unleash Angel Reese's legendary potential must be the cause. Ignore the fact that she was holding the ball. Ignore the fact that there were opportunities. Fans of Sky claim that this was no joke. The clipboard brigade sabotaged it. There were so many outlandish speculations on social media that you would think we were discussing a government cover-up rather than a WNBA game. It seems that the coach failed to position Reese appropriately, develop the offense around her sufficiently, and create the ideal plays like cheat codes in a video game. There were fans who pretended that the coach had come over and tied her shoelaces prior to the last possession. After one poor performance and one tantrum, the coach is held accountable for failing to adapt the offense to her every desire. Before you could say double-double, they moved from seeing her as the league's future to seeing her as merely a victim of bad coaching choices. Let's face it, though, this goes beyond a single game. This concerns the massive shadow of Caitlin Clark that hangs over everything Angel Reese does. Because Caitlin is rewriting history as if it were her side gig, while Rhea's out there making blooper videos out of crunch time. Not all of Clark's highlights are plays. These are moments that become viral. Arenas are being filled by them. The tickets are sold out. Viewership figures are being pulled out of the cellar and into the national discourse.
Today I saw a statistic, this would have been prior to this loss, that there were something like 15 and 31 when she gets a double-double. You over 15 games under 500 when she gets a double-double. Y'all out here celebrating this? I'd be embarrassed as a mother bleeper. I'd be embarrassed as hell. And of course, Angel Reese last night, she was deep in her bag. Woo-wee! I mean, brought a backpack with her. Put it down, started reaching in it, and pulled out the whiffs. Let me tell you, yikes.
When it mattered most, Reese's huge viral moment was choking. It is comparable to a split screen. On the one hand, Caitlin Clark is making deep threes, breaking attendance records, and changing the definition of marketability in women's basketball. Conversely, Angel Reese is losing out on opportunities and seeing her fan base go into meltdown mode. One player is emerging as the league's spokesperson. The other is turning into the spokesperson for justifications. The discussion then took an even more amusing turn. Because it seems like there's always one way out when reality doesn't look so good. Phony viewership figures. Indeed. When Caitlin Clark shines and Angel Reese chokes, suddenly, the WNBA Twitter becomes a carnival of exaggerated data. These supporters believe that the WNBA is doing more than simply expanding. It seems to be more significant than the NFL, Taylor Swift, and the moon landing put together. If you look more closely, however, you'll see that these record-breaking claims typically include all unintentional streams, clip views, and highlight reel scrolls on Instagram as part of the total or compare niche cable spots to primetime national broadcasts. Caitlin Clark, meanwhile, is not in need of spin. Her figures are accurate. When she plays, ESPN is witnessing real spikes. Because of the actual great demand, teams are moving to larger arenas during her trips. This isn't hyperbole. Its impact is quantifiable, palpable, and provable.
All right, man. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Showtime. Y'all already know what time it is. So, man, let's have a conversation, bro. Man, I want to say, what the hell is going on with the Chicago Sky? Something is off to me. I'm watching them from the jump. This team don't seem to be there mentally. Looks like players are mentally checked out. Now, shout out to Angel. I want to say this. Angel, for the most part of this game, she went out there and competed. Seemed like she was the only one that really showed up.
And that adds to the absurdity of the false number game. It's similar to arriving at a marathon with a fake medal while the real winner is still outpacing you in laps. Fans of Sky don't stop there, of course. There's always the tried and true blame the referee tactic if blaming the coach and boosting the ratings don't work. All whistles are suddenly prejudiced. There is a conspiracy behind every missed call. Nothing shouts reasonable sports discussion like fabricating a whole referee conspiracy to explain why your star is unable to complete a layup. Thus, it appears that the league is going to great lengths to discredit Angel Reese in order to support Caitlin Clark. Some supporters even betrayed Reese's teammates. claiming that they failed to adequately assist her, set her up, and safeguard her reputation. Despite her dominance, she is also brittle. There are enough inconsistencies to give you whiplash. And the more you dig, the clearer it seems that the Caitlin Clark rivalry is the driving force behind it all. Angel Reese is immediately compared to Clark for everything she does or does not do. Every error becomes amplified. Every achievement is contested. Every story turns into a tug-of-war between two characters whose paths are so dissimilar. One is performing well on the court every time. Creative accounting and social media hype are supporting the other.
Chicago Sky just got defeated by a pretty boring game, too, okay? Even though Angel Reese went off, okay, like she usually does. You know, she got her double-double. She got 20 points, 10 rebounds, I believe. You know, with her stats, it is impressive. But again, it's like we are on a decline. This whole team, the entire Chicago Sky as an organization, as a franchise, is on a great decline, okay? And it's controversy. Of course, there's always some controversy surrounding this damn team. And I may make some controversial takes on this, but I believe like a lot of people would like, you know, actually agree with what I got to say about Angel Reese being a point guard, because I'm tired of it.
This is the reality. Angel Reese is a gifted musician. She's big. She hustles. She has a charming personality. Crunch time and consistency, however, are still lacking. Furthermore, pointing fingers or fabricating figures won't alter that. You have to deliver or fail when the game is on the line. And she didn't in this instance. The fact that the incessant justifications aren't helping her makes it extra hilarious. They're degrading her appearance. Because supporters are being pretzels and making up excuses for why it wasn't her fault, rather than acknowledging that she had a rough night. It's similar to witnessing someone trip on a sidewalk and then blaming the city, the weather, the shoes, or the stars for it. Anything that isn't theirs. Caitlin Clark does more than compete. She is in charge. Twitter threads are not included in the scoring. Trophies for inventive justifications are not given out by the league. Furthermore, a fan base's insistence that viewership numbers rise doesn't cause them to do so. Performance is the only factor that matters in the end. Additionally, Angel Reese will continue to be identified by the justifications that accompany her game rather than by her skill until she demonstrates that she can ascend in the crucial moments.
It's so crazy to me because I don't know if I ever seen this before. It just seemed like, even though Tana Moore's the coach, it's like they just out there playing. And it don't even matter what I can tell they probably don't even listen to him. They don't care what he said. They don't. They just go on with the flow. That's what it seems like. Like players just not even locked in on a game plan or a specific role or anything. Just players just playing. How many times I'm gonna see Angel Camilla beats everybody down the floor and they don't get the ball though?
It's funny how predictable all of this insanity has gotten. It can practically be used to set your watch. Angel Reese's game is difficult. The stream of excuses began. Not enough was done by coach. Coworkers weren't encouraging. The references were prejudiced. Reese was disliked by the broadcasters. The planets were not properly aligned. Mercury was in reverse. Fans of Sky will come up with an excuse if there isn't one that doesn't involve Angel Reese herself. Additionally, Caitlin Clark is out there doing what she does best, delivering, while they are occupied with writing the speeches for their defense attorneys. But because this is hilarious, let's focus on the coach scapegoating for a while. Supporters behave like as if she weren't a professional basketball player with the ball in her hands and the ability to alter the outcome. Angel Reese is some defenseless pawn who is entirely at the whim of poor coaching choices. Rhea is a superstar when she succeeds, but she is just a victim of misfortune when she fails, according to Sky Twitter's logic. It's similar to having your cake and eating it too, but the cake is burned and the person who baked it is held accountable.